are so lucky today to have as a guest Stuart Tomc, the Vice President of Human Nutrition and National Educator from Plus CBD Oil by CV Sciences. Stuart is awesome. He is the brain of CBD, I'm telling you. He's the end-all, be-all. His passion for the CBD oil industry and knowledge of the research behind this new and dynamic natural health product is unparalleled in the industry, and he's going to talk with us today tell us about CBD. Why is it rocking the, at least in the United States,
not just the natural health field, but all health.
It's amazing, and give us some tips as to how to use it best and what's going on regulation-wise.
Good morning, Stuart.
Hey, Dr. Jane and Peter. Great to hear your voice. What an exciting topic we get to talk about. First of all, thank you for your compliment, but I just want to say one thing, Doc. I get to be an aggregator because I get to spend all day long studying the literature. I'm just like a journalist that gets all excited about the endocannabinoid system. So I'm going to tell you who the smart people are.
We appreciate that. So we're going to pick your brain, and let's kind of start with what's going on. Well, first explain what CBD is, because a lot of people don't know. Amazing.
Yes, it's a very important thing to slow down for all of us. Thank you. And just to remember that this is a brand new topic. Let's face it, the Farm Bill just passed. Many people have some familiarity with cannabis and the cannabinoid system, but in general, this is still brand new. So let's slow it down for a moment. There are hundreds of compounds in the cannabis plant. Now, the hemp plant that often gets confused with the cannabis plant is an agricultural commodity. So what we're talking about today is food fiber hemp. And the reason that that's important, Doc, is because you can also get CBD from either marijuana or from chemical synthesis. So that, I think, is what makes this confusing. You can get CBD in a pharmacy, in a dispensary, or now in a health food store with a farmed agricultural source like Plus CBD Oil. And I think those three different swim lanes that are getting blurred, that's what's confusing people because the regulations have not separated those swim lanes yet. Is that a good way to start?
Yes.
Yes. And there's a lot of misinformation. I read an article yesterday saying hemp and marijuana are the same plant. I mean,
and that's what. Yeah. Well, I guess let's technically, since we are intellectually honest on your show and on every show, let's be fair. Right now, it's all called cannabis sativa L. Everybody sees that. You go to Wikipedia, go anywhere online, you see it. However, food fiber hemp, only a dope would smoke rope. 20-foot-tall bamboo, outdoor-grown, sun-kissed, with fiber and seeds. That's not an indoor-grown nugget. That's a totally different product, different market, different customer. So I think people will finally realize, as the FDA starts to regulate, that farm products and farming and agricultural hemp is different than high CBD, low THC marijuana. Now, I know you have a very educated audience, so let's do a little deep dive on that. There's a gene that makes the THC. Are you both familiar with that? The THCA synthase gene in the plant? You're familiar with that gene, right?
Yeah.
Well, of course, Stuart.
No, a lot of people aren't. I wasn't. I didn't use cannabis in 22 years. What did I know? But there's a gene that makes THC. What we learned, and CV Sciences put the first formal hemp seed in the ground in Kentucky in 2014. So we know a lot about this, okay? The gene that makes THC in a food fiber hemp strain is different. There's polymorphism. The gene is different. It's like a seedless watermelon or a sweet pepper versus a hot pepper. True food fiber hemp seeds will not produce THC irrespective of the environmental pressures or the condition. So think about this for a minute. Doc and Peter, how long have you both been using hemp seeds and hemp seed oil?
Yeah, a couple of years now.
How many? Maybe, 5, 10 maybe total?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you know that our product is made from the exact same plant you were already eating as hemp seed or hemp seed oil? Were you aware of that?
No.
You know, I'm seriously. Most people are like, oh, I had no idea. I thought it was cannabis. No. It's food fiber hemp. You know the big 20-foot tall stuff you see pictures of in Canada, in Holland, in Latvia, all over the world? They used to make rope, seed, protein, fiber, alternatives to plastic. That's the stuff we're growing, and I think the confusion is you can get CBD from marijuana, you can get it from a pharmacy, and you can also get it from the farm product like we grow, and that's where people are confused. So CBD is one of the most powerful antioxidants, neuroprotectants, master of polypharmacy. CBD has very little direct activity anywhere in the brain, but it supports almost every single biological process enhancing your body. It's truly adaptogenic. So that's why people are excited, because you can synthesize it, you can get it from pot, or you can get it from hemp like we do, and that's what's confusing people.
Stuart, took us over a year to decide, evaluating various CBD oil companies, because we knew this was going, the direction this was going as far as the benefits, as far as pain and inflammation and mood and different things that we found CBD to be beneficial. But it took us a year to decide that CV Sciences was the company that we wanted to go with because of their reputation and quality of product. And with so many companies out there now every little flea bag, company out there is producing CBD, that it's important to get the quality product. Wouldn't you say so?
Well, this is one time that I'm going to divert from the standard operating procedure, and I hope everybody really respects this. You could grow this plant in your backyard. People do and have for years, and get incredible, miraculous results in the people that are appropriate responders. You see, so that's different. You could take a Dixie cup, no, seriously, in an asylum somewhere, and sprout a seed, get it to grow, and you could cure people. No, really, you could. So the question is, what sources will be commercially available? So if anybody listening to this is an absolute purist to the highest level and they don't want there to be swim lanes, you have an out. Grow it yourself. So everybody else, now listen up, okay? We're going to need a lot of this stuff, because stress and anxiety is destroying our ability to think clearly. We are underneath so much stress that we're having these long-term changes in cognitive function. And CBD can rescue neurons. It's pro-neurogenic. It can save you from the stress of yourself. So we're going to need a whole lot of this stuff. So quality is less important, I think, at this exact second than scalability and availability, because you could grow something in your house and get great results. Now, bringing that out into interstate commerce and trying to compete, like you said, every little flea bag operator, and I mean that in a loving way, keep it at home.
Yeah.
But we can't be making drugs and putting them out into the streets not knowing what we're doing, and that's what a lot of people are doing.
Now, there are so many products on the shelf, and even from just CV Science, we got a whole rainbow of how to take, different delivery systems, different dosages. How do we know what's right for each individual?
Well, that's the crux of the entire thing, and we will not solve that today. We can certainly get everybody excited about the idea of a sweet spot, a recommended sweet spot, because what we find is somewhere between 5 to 15 milligrams. Now, that's not the main thing you're looking for. You want to make sure on the label that it says hemp oil, aerial plant parts. Very important. That delineates all of the parts above the ground, the seed, the stem, and the stalk. So you want to make sure you're looking for a product that says hemp oil, aerial plant parts, for example, 60 milligrams in our Gold Soft Gel, our number one selling, most effective product, gives you 15 milligrams of CBD in 60 milligrams of hemp extract. So it's not isolated, purified CBD. You don't want that. That's what they use for drug-resistant seizures and epilepsy. That's not going to help you with anxiety. That won't work. You need a hemp extract with the hemp tourage effect. That's the synergy that everybody listening to this show buys into. That's the synergy of nature and 500 cofactors orchestrating together may be able to do something different than isolating one molecule. So you will not make a mistake with our products. I'll say it again. You will not make a mistake with our products. The only mistake that you could make is you not being the captain of finding your sweet spot. What do I mean by that?
Stuart?
Some people need 5 milligrams a day. Some people need 10. Some
Stuart?
people need 30. You got to figure it out.
Stuart, we got to jump in here. I want you to repeat that when we get back. We're going to take a quick break. Again, Stuart's going to tell us where our sweet spot is and how to find that. We'll be back in a moment. We're talking about plus CBD oil from CV Sciences with Stuart Tomc. And welcome back to Holistic Healthline, your direct line to great health. And our guest is Stuart Tomc. Again, he's the Vice President of Human Nutrition and National Educator from Plus CBD Oil by CV Sciences. And what excites us about CV Sciences is people like Stuart that they have, at the top of the food chain there, are into the science as to why these things work and how they work. And you were talking about the sweet spot. Can you repeat what you said?
Yes, that's the hardest part, and we will have to have many shows with all of our medical and scientific advisors as guests on your show over time unpacking this. The idea that you can find the sweet spot where you have relief from anxiety, stress, and pain, that's actually an unnerving concept. So let's first address that this is new, because we've been telling you the whole time not to practice medicine on yourself. Okay? So this is already disconcerting. So let's be clear. Now, the reality is that CBD does not dampen responses to emotional stimuli in healthy adults. What does that mean? CBD does not have the anxiolytic or Valium-like effects unless you're stressed out. So I want you to think of this more like it is adaptogenic, homeostatic, supportive, and nurturing. It's nurturing because we may have deficiencies in the signaling system connected to our central nervous system. We could have endocannabinoid deficiencies. What the heck does that mean? Your body makes compounds that speak to all of these receptors. We're not dependent on hemp or cannabis. That's biological coincidence. What we're learning, Doc, is migraine, irritable bowel, fibromyalgia, weird treatment-resistant things, anxiety, depression, stress, seem to be connected to this endocannabinoid system. These products are pro-neurogenic modulators. They help to rescue neurons. So if you're a responder, meaning you have a low endocannabinoid deficiency, low endocannabinoid tone, or you actually just respond directly to the indirect activation of the cannabinoids, then you will get relief. On average, people take 10 to 15 milligrams a day. We've been doing this for 5 years now, 10 to 15 milligrams a day on average. So your trick is, do you want to start low and slow, or are you manic and impatient like I am? So you just have to decide. If you're a patient person, go very low and slow, increase 1 milligram a day. You'll find relief at the perfect number. Some people prefer to just take the gold soft gel because that's the maximum dose and they get the maximum exposure in the shortest period of time. Is that helpful?
Yes.
Yes. Now, some people I have seen in our practice, some people respond like this is absolutely a magic substance. I mean, from significant pain to almost no pain in an extremely short time. Other people, takes a little longer, it's more subtle. Some people, it seems, doesn't do much. So are they just missing the dosage? Are they just, it's not the right product? Why?
They might not even need it. No, you're 100% right. No, your observation The endocannabinoid system is one of the most pleiotropic signaling systems in vertebrae. It's involved in all aspects of mammalian physiology and pathology. One of the tomes, the best books to understand this, I know you have a lot of people that love to do the deep dive, the endocannabinoid ohm. How's that for a title? Forget the gut microbiome. That's so last year. This is called the endocannabinoid ohm by Vincenzo DiMarzo and Jenny Wang. See, what you just touched on there, we do not yet know where the endocannabinoid receptors are activated. There are only a few PET scans to even measure this. Receptor density, pathological situations, some conditions, again, migraine, irritable bowel, and fibromyalgia, may be connected to low endocannabinoid tone. People that have those conditions, they seem to be very quick responders. Anxiety, stress, depression, very quick responders. People that are relatively balanced, that have good adaptability and plasticity, they respond well to environmental stress and signals, their ECS is doing just fine. So they're not going to respond the same way as somebody who's having more of an anti-neurogenic lifestyle. If you have an unhealthy diet, sedentary lifestyle, you don't exercise much, not a lot of good gut microbiota diversity, you take a little bit of plus CBD oil, you feel incredible. You're rescuing neurons, and you're feeling much better. And if you're balanced already, you may not need it. Now, it could be dose-dependent, too. Remember, if you're talking about a serious medical condition, you may need hundreds of milligrams, and you may need to be under the care of a healthcare provider. And isn't that different than waking up in the morning and feeling better? Do you see how nuanced that is? I mean, this is hard. I just don't want to sugarcoat it. This is not easy to understand.
One of the things we found amazing is the benefits with the plus CBD from CV Sciences are patients that have had chronic Lyme disease with chronic pain. And so I find that as an encouraging because a lot of these people don't have too many options.
No, you are right. Because of the heterodimers that are caused when the endocannabinoid system starts connecting with other neurotransmitter systems, and you've got a horrible infection like Lyme's. I mean, think about it. The CB2 receptor, that's involved in dampening a hyperactive immune response. And who knows how that thing is torqued up. Your immune system's got to be on the highest possible alert when you have Lyme's disease, right? So modifying that cytokine bang, 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 bang firing would be very important. We get a lot of reports of people that have Lyme's disease. They take the gold soft gel. They just say they feel better. They search the literature. There's germ-killing properties in here, too. Is it cidal? Does it help to also kill the spirochete that might be causing that? Potentially. You know, if you ever bite into that gold soft gel, it tastes like black pepper. That's the beta-caryophyllene, which is a powerful germicide. So we're still learning about the pleiotropic, multifaceted effects. Our products give you 500 cofactors. You're not just getting CBD, the seed, the stem, the stalk. We call it the hemp-tourage effect. The cannabinoids, the terpenes, antioxidants, essential fatty acids, and vitamin E working in concert together. So much more ahead, much more to learn ahead.
So it's the complete whole package in one tiny little capsule. One quick question. We had somebody call in earlier ask as far as getting testing, drug testing, like some of the companies that do drug testing. Is it possible taking the plus CBD oil, could it show up in testing?
Yes, it could show up in testing. Don't take it. The U.S. military forbids the use of any hemp-based products. We want to do this right. We're a publicly traded company. We're talking with FDA and the top pharmaceutical companies to create alliances. We do not want this to turn into a dumpster fire. If your job requires that you not fail a drug test, don't even think about using hemp seeds, hemp seed oil, Dr. Bronner's soap. Wait, okay? The American Academy of Pediatrics is not endorsed, so hold off on kids, and safety questions remain for pets, which is why we don't have a pet product. I know there's a lot of stuff online, but that's why we don't have a pet product. So we want to be careful. Don't fail a drug test. Ignore CBD products for now.
Stuart.
Or the balm. Use the topical balm. That'll get into your skin. That'll work for pain and inflammation. Rub that all over your knees and back. You'll feel great.
There you go.
Is there a website or a telephone number or whatever that people can get more information?
There's a lot on the Facebook page. It's not a waste of your time. Plus CBD Oil on Facebook. You can also watch our Vimeo videos, but go to Plus CBD Oil Facebook. Learn more, and most importantly, talk to your primary care physician. See what she has to say about the endocannabinoid system. That's the treasure trove.
Well, thank you so much, Stuart. We got to get you back because you're such a...
Yes, I love being on your show. I'm so happy to be back with you.
It seems like it goes by too fast.
I know. Next time, but thank you. Regain your power with Plus CBD Oil.
Thank you so
Thanks,
much,
my
Stuart.
friend.
Okay, thanks, Doc. Thanks, Peter. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.